everyone, and a very warm welcome to the Schau-Insland Reisen Arena in Duisburg for the start of matchday 10 in the Dritte Liga. Unbeaten, unbroken, and absolutely flying. Dietmar Hirsch's Duisburg have stunned many in Germany following their promotion from the Regionalliga West at the end of last season. Now the Dritte Liga league leaders host Hansa Rostock, looking to build an even bigger gap at the top of the table and increase their lead over Saarbrücken and Cottbus, who are threatening in behind. The starting 11 for Duisburg and for Dietmar Hirsch, well, there's threat and skill all over the pitch. Every single player in the starting 11 has contributed to a goal this season, and the front four have been particularly prolific. Noss with 3, Susek with 4, Topken with 3, and Viet just behind them pulling the strings as well. For Hansa Rostock, the story is a little bit different, of course. They come into the game 15th in the table, having collected 10 points from their first 9 matches. Not the best return. Starting 11, which sees Maximilian Kraus and Ryan Naderi at the top of the pitch in what is a very straightforward 4-4-2. Harren Brock and Benno Dietze can play down the flanks or in the diamond formation. We'll have to see exactly how they choose to line up Hansa Rostock under Daniel Brinkmann. Daniel Brinkmann, who is a head coach under pressure at the moment. Dritte Liga league leaders Duisburg welcome Hansa Rostock to their home grounds, the MSV Arena, for the start of matchday 10 in the Dritte Liga. Duisburg, the only team in the league who are still unbeaten and looking to protect that record as they host Hansa Rostock, who are currently 15th in the standings. Hansa Rostock, who have failed to win any of their last 3 league games, and they'll be looking to return to winning ways and possibly to stun the league leaders for the first time. But it has been very difficult indeed to stun the league leaders so far. This is a fixture that is steeped in German football history. It's teams that have played each other in the Dritte Liga, in the Bundesliga too, and in the Bundesliga itself, of course. The last top-flight meeting between these two sides was in March 2008, a 1-1 draw here. Patrick Schwengers takes charge of the game. If we take a look at all the officials for the match, he'll be flanked by the assistant referees, Clemens Nitzel-Pettersen and Oliver Lossius. Julian Bergman is the 4th official. Die Zebras starting this Dritte Liga campaign with so much excitement and fearlessness, and you can tell the entire city of Duisburg is behind them at the moment. Dietmar Hirsch has managed to do something truly special at the moment. They finished first in the Regionalliga West, getting automatic promotion to the Dritte Liga, and now an opportunity that is starting to become clearer and clearer that perhaps they have a part to play in earning back-to-back promotions and a promotion to Bundesliga 2. Here is the Duisburg head coach Dietmar Hirsch. And just take in the atmosphere. Absolutely superb. Absolutely superb. Duisburg, Germany. A town not far from Essen and Dusseldorf. west of Germany, north of Cologne. Here is Daniel Brinkmann, the man under pressure. The German press saying that this may be one of his last games in charge if he can't get results going in Hansa Rostock's favour once again. Unbowed, unbent, unbroken, Duisburg come into matchday 10 as the only unbeaten side in the Dritte Liga. Up against them is Hansa Rostock, who take a trip here looking to spoil the party and inflict Duisburg's first defeat of the season, not only at the Schauinsland Reisen Arena, but also in the entire campaign. Daniel Brinkmann is a head coach under pressure, and he'll be looking to play an ugly trick on Dietmar Hirsch, who at the moment has shown plenty of composure and know-how to guide his team to what has been a fantastic start to life in the third tier of German football. Duisburg have played 9 games, they've won 7, they've drawn 2. 2 of those draws are in the last 3 games, so perhaps just a sign that the reality of the Dritte Liga is catching up to Duisburg, who may have a bit of early defending here. The ball played out wide. Here's Kraus. Kraus's cross comes in and it's slightly overrun there by Naderi. Said in the build-up to the game that every single player in the starting 11, every single outfield player I should say, in the Duisburg starting 11 have contributed to a goal. It's not quite the case for Hansa Rostock, and more than anything, it's not exactly the same numbers. If you look at Hansa Rostock, they've been particularly poor in front of goal. They've only scored 6 so far this season, which makes them the joint worst attack in the league alongside Schweinfurt. Defensively, they've only conceded 10, which is by far the best tally of any team in the top or in the bottom 14. Viet tried to drill in the cross, it's one back and it's cleared away. Duisburg in comparison have conceded 7, but they have scored 20 as well. Only Cottbus have scored more than Hirsch's team so far. That's nicely played, and the ball played out wide by Bultz. Here's Brauner. One for Noss to chase. Player down and a free kick given by the assistant referee. Conor Noss, the Irishman in this Duisburg team, 24 years old, has had a particularly fine start to the season, just like its team. An arrival in the summer from Linz in the Austrian Bundesliga. It just goes to show the attention and the popularity at the moment, the importance of the Dritte Liga in Germany, that someone who plays in the top league of Austria feels that it is worth him coming to the third tier of Germany to try his luck with an iconic team like Duisburg. One back by Noss. Fatkic. It's good play. Pass available out wide to Berg. The Swede has Kraus available but miscontrolled. It might end up with Berg again. Berg comes inside and it takes a wicked deflection. And it was very nearly an own goal. Khan just holding up his hand there. He just stuck out a leg really, but Duisburg not defending pretty convincingly, and ooh, that is very, very close. It didn't look that close live, but Brauner had to be very, very careful there. Maximilian Brauner, 22 years old. It's a long ball forwards, cut out by the Hansa Rostock defence and by Pfana. Seems to be a little bit of a slip, straight back to the feet, and now Bieter can come forwards. Bieter is cross blocked. Very, very noisy inside the stadium here today. Schauinsland Reisen Arena has overseen some pretty emphatic wins since the start of the campaign for Duisburg. Many might not have really expected them to play so well. But 3-1 win against Wehen here. 2-1 win against Stuttgart too to start the campaign and start the season. Funnily enough, the two teams that Duisburg have struggled against the most are the two teams that have also been promoted alongside them, Schweinfurt, or rather TSV Havelse, and then Saarbrücken. Havelse, who are yet to win this campaign, but were able to frustrate the league leaders. That's a good ball. Flicked around the corner, but intercepted, and now the counter-attack is on. Pushed it a little bit far there, the ball. Good covering tackle by Pfana. Brauner. Bitte. Switch of play. Finds Bieter. He's got 2 assists already this season, Bieter, and he's won his duel there. And he's got past the man. Now the cross. Headed away, and he did well there, Carstens. Now it drops once again. He's bobbling around. First real attack we're seeing from Duisburg. Bieter again. You expect that Daniel Brinkmann's players are going to have to do a lot of this throughout the game. Frustrate the opposition, try and stay in the match as fast as possible, or as long as possible rather. Topkin the target, missed him. Bieter. Collected there. Bieter can't quite get the pass through. Player goes to ground. Referee doesn't think any of that. One back by Hahn. Fleckstein. Hahn. Bitter. Pacing impatiently down the sidelines. Dietmar Hirsch, who has come to expect nothing less than perfection at the start of this season. Wasn't happy with how his team dropped points against Havelse. Certainly would have taken the point against Saarbrücken. Saarbrücken, who were themselves close to achieving promotion last season, only for a late collapse. And now there's an opportunity. Good feet. In comes the cross. It's got plenty of air on it. It's controlled really nicely. It's a good challenge on the ball. Nothing wrong with that. Bitter. One back again. The strike is blocked by Pfahner, the captain. Not quite sure what happened there between Bulic and Kraus. Shake of the hand and everybody sort of moves on. He knocks into him a little bit late there, Kraus, but he immediately apologises. Koskod not happy with it either. Came running in. I don't think that's too helpful. Free kick given in an inviting position here for the free kick. Big boys are up there for Duisburg. Yet to put this in. It's a good looking free kick. And it bounces to Bitter. Cleared off the line by Pfahner. It's not over yet. How close were we to the opening goal? And still Duisburg play this lovely brand of football. Susek tees himself and tests the hands of Uphoff there. Here's the chance. What a clearance by Pfahner. At the moment, Hansa Rostock just not enjoying any real possession. And you can feel that every time Duisburg come forward, there's that expectation from the fans that they can score, the pressure. They're playing with such confidence at the moment. Fleckstein. Again, a good header collected here. Susek trying to work his man. Once again, we can have a look at the opportunity. And that clearance off the line by Pfanner. You can see how good it is as well as the captain steps back. He anticipates that there might be a strike. Great commitment to the cause. Bulic loses the ball, goes to ground a little theatrically. On we go though. Fleckstein. Bitter trying to lift it into Konanos. Headed away, and it's good physicality. The referee is going to come back to the foul. Did look like Topkin took a lot of Berg out. The cameraman might be replaying this time and time again because there might have been handball there as well, but such close quarters, it's difficult really to tell whether or not it would have had any impact on play. Hansa Rostock trying to keep the ball. Berg, he's done well, Berg. Moved on there by Dietzer. Flying tackle by Tukbenio. Topkin went up for the challenge, collected here by Carstens. Just a little bit more time at the moment for Hansa Rostock to settle in possession of the ball. You can see Schuster coming in between both centre-backs. Berger's quick, can he reach this? Bitter's quick as well, and he's strong also. Good to see that from both players. It's a very fair shoulder-to-shoulder challenge. Just catches his feet in the ground there. And that's why he goes over. And well done to the photographer. Had to save his laptop, got out of the way very quickly. Nimble feet from him. That's one back by Susek. It's a little isolated, but he's managed to hold on to the ball somehow. Viet took Benio, trying to bring him Bitter again. Early cross. Awkward for the defenders. Matchday just heads it away, but it's a relentless white and blue wave at the moment. second balls are falling in Duisburg's favour. Fiet's kept on running. He's not going to be able to keep it in play. A little bit too much asked of the Duisburg number 10. A couple of notes early on here for Dietmar Hirsch. Hirsch, who played for Duisburg during 2 different spells, one at the beginning of his career and one at the end. On we go, Susek. Koskun hasn't come forwards much so far, the Turkish left back. It's a good touch by Topken. Couldn't hold on to it, and Fana continues with his very good start to the game. Naderi able to hold on to the ball for more than a few seconds there, Ryan Naderi. Bitter taps it back to Brauner. Good header by Tugbenio. But Daniel Brinkman overall will be rather pleased by how the first half of the first half has gone. His team haven't really conceded too many major chances. There was that one for Bitter. Apart from that, they've played well. There's been a lack of understanding, it's true, in the attacking parts. Another shake of the hand, and everybody able to get back to the game without any problems. That's a good ball. Bit of space for Fatkic. A little too far ahead of Berg there. It's going to be another free kick here. Susek isn't happy. He believes he was going to be able to run through, but the offside flag's gone up. Carstens. Schuster has come very deep multiple times to try and help out the defence and provide another out. Fatkic missed it, Topken didn't. Took Benio, proving very lively so far. It's good closing down with Fleckstein. Hahn. Susek. That's a great pass. Nos. Not as good from Nos there to Bitter. It's been attritional, it's been tactical, but if truth be told, it's not been particularly lively in the first half an hour of play. I think there's little chance that Duisburg, like they did over the last couple of seasons, fulfilling the so-called role of the yo-yo team. You go up, you go down, you go up, you go down. In Dritte Liga during the 23-24 campaign, then relegated, then once again back here. Having collected 23 points from their opening 9 games, you feel that they've already got possibly half the job done in terms of staying in the league. You always talk about the 40-point margin as one that keeps you mathematically safe, which would have been the primary objective for Duisburg this season, to stay in Dritte Liga, maybe consolidate, build. I think the start has been that good under Dietmar Hirsch that obviously the objectives have evolved now, and considering they come into this game with a 5-point cushion over Saarbrücken and a 6-point cushion over Cottbus, who are in third, and you wonder whether or not there will be a tinge of disappointment were we to reach the end of the season and Duisburg don't get achievement to the Bundesliga 2. Good play. It's not going to be a corner. Fatkic. Berg. Naderi. Struggling a little bit at the moment, Ryan Naderi. His passes aren't coming off. Viet here looking to take off, but he's running out of play. Boxed himself into the corner, but didn't have too many options in fairness to him. Schuster across to Pfana. Now Mestre. Dietze, nice turn. Referee allows play on. Viet, the long way round. Pfana. Dietze trying to make up the ground, and he's going to be fouled this time. Dietze. He's still complaining about the earlier tussle. Benno Dietze, where he thinks or feels he should have been awarded a free kick. The referee didn't see it that way. Just gonna run through to Susek, and Topkins in the middle. Susek, oh my word! What an individual goal! Filled with brilliance by Patrick Susek. The ball fell to him kindly, yes, but then he had so much to do. And just after the half-hour mark, Duisburg do take the lead against Hansa Rostock. Nobody plays it, and Susek is through. Pfana tries to come across, and then he's there. Susek with the angles against him, and yet he's able to just lift it past Uphoff. Fifth goal of the season for Susek. More concern for Daniel Brinkmann. Scored 14 goals in the Regionalliga West last season. Patrick Susek, a player who's played most of his career in the lower echelons of German football, did have a previous chance in the Dritte Liga with Ingolstadt over 5 years ago. Player who came through the ranks at Ingolstadt. But after that, spells with Dusseldorf 2, Berliner AK07, BFC Dynamo. Unconvincing until he set foot here in Duisburg, and he's been a different player since. It's a cross that's cut out by Pfana. Well, here is the top of the Dritte Liga standings, with Duisburg increasing their gap at the top of the standings now to 8 points. Saarbrücken do play, of course, later on in the weekend. They're up against Regensburg, who are threatened by the prospect of relegation. Regensburg 18th at the moment in the table. So one you would think Saarbrücken would be capable of winning, particularly against a Regensburg side who are struggling at the moment. They really are. Just one win in the last 5. There's a player down here. The way Bulic falls, just catches Naderi. See the goal again, though. The way it happens will be disappointing from Daniel Brinkmann's point of view. Bitter Just touches it and it drops to Susek. Yes, he has a lot to do. Fana knows he can't foul him. And I think the goalkeeper doesn't quite get his angles right. Han. The captain just tries to reinvigorate everybody inside the ground. Koskun. Mestre is slow to get back to his feet, but he does get back to his feet nonetheless. Can Koskun is one of 2 Turkish players who have played so far this season for Duisburg in the Dritte Liga. Mert Gökhan the other. There's a big Turkish community in Germany. The biggest outside Turkey, if I'm not mistaken. Susek. Still going, Patrick Susek. Dietzer got a little touch to it. It's a good thing he did, but he just seems to have that extra little bit of quality. Topkin. No handball. Koskun. Corner is the decision. Viet kills one in, headed away by Carstens. Let's play it down. It's Fatkic. Maybe takes an elbow to the face there by Topken, but completely unintentional. He's bleeding though from his nose here. Fatkic. Kenan Fatkic, 28 years old, from Slovenia. Player who is enjoying his first season with Hansa Rostock, having made the switch from Xamax in the Swiss Challenger League. Scored against Havelse earlier on this season. Five minutes to go in the first half. Duisburg lead thanks to Patrick Susek's Fine solo goal. Carstens. Hansa Rostock have not threatened Brauner's goal at all in this first half. They've really struggled to create anything in an attacking sense, Daniel Brinkmann's players. They've been busy trying to keep Duisburg quiet. Topkin. Good hold-up play. Susek with space, and you can't allow him space. Tukbenio. Koskun now. Give and go is good. Koskun. Dietz has done really well. There's just no one there in a black jersey. And Pane can only clear. Peter's header. Tukbenio too strong. Topkin. A little bit under hit that to Kraus. Good pass. Naderi leaves it. Carstens back to Naderi. And the offside flag goes up against Hardenbrock. Brauner might be in trouble here. Fleckstein. Defending on the front foot there, Carstens. Dietzer. Bulic won the ball. Koskun forgot it. Hardenbrock. Carstens. It's now or never for Hansa Rostock to try and mount one final attack on Duisburg's goal in the first half. Mestre. That's given away. And now it might open up for Kraus. Kraus, it takes a deflection and bounces harmlessly into the hands of Brauner. Dietzer. I'm being told there are going to be 2 more minutes of added time. 2 minutes for Hansa Rostock to get a first shot on target. Or perhaps better, Harenbrock. Why not? Oh my word! That's out of this world. Susek's goal was good. This is sublime. They've barely been in this first half, Hansa Rostock, and yet they're heading to half-time level thanks to a piece of magic. Cedric Harenbrock has scored one of the best goals he's ever going to score. Brauner has no chance. Oh, game on here in Duisburg. Might just give a little bit more belief to Daniel Brinkman's players that they can hurt Duisburg in the game. Neither side has been at their best in the first 45 minutes. That's given away. But the half-time whistle goes here, and it has been 45 minutes that have been far from pretty. It's been tactical, it's been gritty, and it's not been particularly lively at the Schauinsland Reisen Arena. Patrick Susek gave Duisburg the lead, a lead that they thought they would take into half-time, but that was without factoring in Cedric Harenbrock and his moment of genius, which has allowed Daniel Brinkman and Hansa Rostock to go into the locker room level at the break. Here in Duisburg at half-time, it is Duisburg 1, Hansa Rostock 1. Welcome back everyone to Duisburg for the second half between Duisburg and Hansa Rostock. You join us at the Schauinsland Reisen Arena. At the break, it is Duisburg 1, Hansa Rostock 1. Not particularly the best 45 minutes of football we've seen this season in the Dritte Liga, but certainly two of the best goals you'll see this season in the Dritte Liga. Patrick Susek breaking the deadlock for the hosts before Cedric Hadenbrock struck in an absolute perler to give Daniel Brinkmann and Hansa Rostock parity at half-time. Everything still to play for in the second half. So far, only two teams have managed to take points off Duisburg this season. Duisburg, who are still unbeaten in Dritte Liga. Hansa Rostock, meanwhile, who are languishing at the lower end of the table without a win in the last three. And there is going to be a substitution at half-time for the visitors, with the introduction here of number 44, Tim Krohn, the 19-year-old who is yet to score this season, brought on. He replaces Maximilian Kraus, who had a rather quiet first half. So the second half gets underway here at the Schauinsland Reisen Arena. Duisburg 1, Rostock 1. And we'll be hoping for 45 minutes with a little bit more attacking impetus. Duisburg do have this quality of breaking down the opposition, but their goal came via a little bit of luck and then some very good individual skill, whereas Hansa Rostock's equaliser was all down to the ferociousness of Hadenbrock's strike. Koskun, Susek. It's a good leap there by Tugbenio. Technically, Bitter's pass, which found Patrick Susek for the goal, might go down as an assist. I'm not quite sure it'll count as that. It was more a clearance rather than anything else from Bitter. But it does seem that for now, Joshua Bitter is being credited with his third assist of the season for Susek's goal. I'm sure they'll all be laughing about that, perhaps at the end of the match, if the result does indeed go Dietmar Hirsch and his players' way. Hahn, Topken, interesting flick which runs through to Uphoff. Benjamin Uphoff, one of the veterans of this Hansa Rostock team. Carstens dealt with the pass well, but now he's lost it. Viet. Koskun trying to drive at Merstra, too close to Uphoff, who catches that without a problem. If you look back at the Hansa Rostock results since the start of September, it hasn't really made for happy viewing, really. Hansa Rostock started the Dritte Liga campaign on a 3-match unbeaten run, drawing against Erzgebirge Aue on the opening weekend of the season in a goalless draw. Then they beat Mannheim 1-0 before taking a point off Ingolstadt. It's better football there. Krohn very nearly finding the run of Hadenbrock. Now Bitter. Flashes all the way across goal. It's going to be Benno Dietz with a little bit of physicality there. And now some good running as well by Mestre. Hansa Rostock threatening. Still it goes. Naderi. And the free kick is given, and there's going to be a yellow card as well shown to Hahn, or rather to Tigbenio. Tigbenio there was just trying to end the Hansa Rostock counter-attack, which was allowed to go a little bit too far for the midfielder's liking. But anyway, since the start of September for Daniel Brinkmann and Hansa Rostock, it's only been one win for them, a 2-1 win against Munich 1860. And since then, a heavy defeat against Rot-Weiss Essen, who also had a man sent off in that game. Hansa Rostock had a man sent off against Havelse. And then a damaging 3-1 defeat on home soil against Cottbus. Even though Energy Cottbus at the moment are scoring a lot of goals. Lifted into the middle, Benno Dietz. It's a clever set-piece routine, very nearly led to something. Now it's a corner. Hadenbrock. Short, Dietz again, misses it. Two creative set-piece routines there, which very nearly paid off. Hadenbrock, Mestre arrives, tries to do too much, and that'll be a goal kick. It's a perfect ball by Hadenbrock, just missed by Dietz. He's bouncing around a little bit. Decent start to this second half by Hansa Rostock, who've already showed more attacking intent in the first 7 minutes after the break than they did in the entire first 45. Uphoff, Fana. Benno Dietz. Krohn opens up for Hansa Rostock down the left. Krohn releases it now. Berg across. Hadenbrock. Once again, a well-worked counter-attacking move by Brinkmann's players. Not sure what the Hansa Rostock head coach has said to his team at half-time, but it certainly seems to be working. Hansa Rostock fans have travelled en masse for this game. You can see them behind Brauner's goal. Another good flick. Naderi through to Krohn. A little bit too much weight on the pass there from Naderi. Koskun. Cheeky cross! Headed just wide by Topken. Hasn't come forwards much, the Turkish left back, but there he very nearly put it on a platter for Topken. Needed a better finish from the Duisburg striker. Vanna. Nice run, Berg. Corner. Korn. Comes off the heel of Bitter. Slip there by Tugbenio. Korn. Carstens playing very high. Just the last man back. It's a good pass inside. Berg. Naderi's made the run. No foul, says the referee. Looking ahead at Duisburg's calendar, they're away against Munich 1860 next to take on Die Lohen. Then it's Rot-Weiß Essen who make the trip here before a move to Osnabrück at the start of December. It'll be a very interesting away game for Dietmar Hirsch and Duisburg against Energy Cottbus. Good chance, but not enough on it there from Viet to really trouble Uphoff. Kind of just touches it into the path of Viet there. Koskun. We've seen more and more of the ball in the second half as we approach the hour mark. Korn strike, and the power, not quite the accuracy to get the better Brauner, who will be hoping not to be beaten from range again after conceding that goal to Hadenbrock. Although I'm sure that in that situation as a goalkeeper you just get up and say, well played to you, sir, because there was no stopping Cedric Harenbrocker's strike. It was unexpected, if anything, for him to try it on from that kind of distance. Just seen Hansa Rostock supporters providing the atmosphere. Schuster. Berg. Good feet by Berg. There's a lot more control in the second half from Hansa Rostock. In fact, more than we're seeing from Duisburg. For now, it's Daniel Brinkmann's players who have started better. 15 minutes gone since the restart. Mestre. Harenbrock, good ball. Schuster back in. Bounced upon there by Uphoff. Or by Brauner, rather. It's a high foot given against Harenbrock. Couple of changes here for Duisburg. Tugbenya, who's on a yellow card, is going to make way, and we're also going to see the introduction of Jan Simala, one of the more creative players since the start of the season. 2 goals and 4 assists for him. Moya on as well. Simala trying to get stuck in immediately and managing that. It's a good block. In comes the delivery. All the way back to Susek. There is possibly a feeling in the Dritte Liga circles that Duisburg have enjoyed a wonderful start to the season, it's true, but that their biggest tests are still to come. If you look at the top 5 teams at the moment in the Dritte Liga. They've only played Saarbrücken, Cottbus, Osnabrück, Essen, still teams that Duisburg have to play. You can have a look at the standings there. Hoffenheim too, a team that they also haven't played against. So perhaps Dietmar Hirsch and his players are about to be really tested over the coming weeks. Still 8 games to go until the midway point in the season. Koskun. That's good play. Moya. Harenbrock is having some game. He really is. In attack, in defence, he's absolutely everywhere. The Hansa Rostock number 8. Naderi. Harenbrock saw the run of Berg and tried it. Now the cross by Bitter. 2 players in the middle there needed perfect defending, and it was. Joshua Bitter wants the support of the crowd here. It's raining heavily this evening over Duisburg. A good cover tackle by Hahn. It's going to be a Duisburg ball. Play again by Simala. Collected here. Cross comes in, headed clear. Susek to Koskun. Another change about to happen here for Hansa Rostock. Hahn. Koskun. Susek stopped by Benodice. Looks like it's Andreas Vogelsammer who's about to come on. Koskun's given it away. Azaz Mestre. Real battle for the ball. Corner for Duisburg. Corner taken short. Susek stopped. It is going to be a free kick given against Patrick Susek, and it looked to be a foul. So now the change can take place. Naderi makes way. 22-year-old comes off, a 33-year-old comes on. Andreas Vogelshammer. Stayed in play and bounced to Susek. Now the cross. There's a risky slip in the middle there. Bitter. His turn to put it in. Moya arrived without conviction. Susek. Trying to find the angle. Fleckstein does well. Now Bulic. Referee does see an infringement there, enough to award a free kick. Here's the earlier chance. Stefan Moya arriving. Such a good cross that by Joshua Bitter. Ball comes in, headed away. Susek with another cross, free header, and there is Duisburg's second goal. It's Fleckstein. Couldn't miss from so close. Fleckstein. And Patrick Susek has been involved in everything positive for his team tonight. Tobias Fleckstein makes it his second of the season. Looks offside. Looks close, but it does look offside. There's no VAR in Dritte Liga. It's a good header, heads it into the ground where he has to head it. We're curious to see if there's an angle, a different angle to see his positioning. And Hansa Rostock are going to have to come from behind for a second time. That's good football. Looking for the run of Vogelshammer. Fatkic stopped by Bitter. It's a player down here for Duisburg. This would be the perfect way to head into the next international break for Dietmar Hirsch and for everyone involved with Die Zebras. Two more changes for the home side. Topkin, one of the players to make way, had one good chance, Topkin, with that headed opportunity which he didn't take. And Bitter also makes way. So Krüger is on, Florian Krüger. And we also see the introduction of Mert Gökhan. Long throw. Benno Dietze. It'll drop to Carstens. That's not a bad ball. Incisive pass and to play at one touch there. Fat Kitchen to Vogelsammer. Dietze. Mestre. Hansa Rostock started the second half better. Dietze. Clever ball again. Looking for corner. It's going to be Hansa Rostock's ball. Carstens long throw again. Pfanner with the first flick. Dietze bouncing around. It drops to Harenbrock. What a game he's having, Cedric Harenbrock. It's an old-fashioned, scruffy goal in the goal. Nobody clears and Harenbrock just gets enough contact on it. Long throw, flicked on at the near post. Benno Dietze's had a really good game, and then it's Krüger who's just come on, who fails to get any contact there, and Harenbrock swivels, pivots and finds the back of the net for Hansa Rostock's equaliser. Well, that sets us up nicely for the last 15 minutes. Offside given against the home team. Pfanner. Ball was rolling, it's going to be retaken. Not often that his team has led and dropped points. Against Ingolstadt, they came from behind. Duisburg. Conceded that late equalising goal against Havelse. Good tackle, Benno Dietze. Still he goes, Benno Dietze. It's moved on. Vogelsammer! And it's a good save by Brauner this time. Krohn slips there. It's clearly not a foul, that tackle by Benno Dietze. It's a wonderful tackle on Koskun. Players losing their footing. Vogel Sammer puts his foot through it. It's a good response by Braune. Bulic. Simala trying to make life difficult for Berg. Bulic clears again. That'll be a free kick and a yellow card shown to Schuster. Just saw a replay there of both coaches have a little bit of a verbal exchange, but passion. Susek. Dietze this time gives away the free kick. Into the final 10 we go. Koskun's delivery, it's a good one. Simala. Played back forwards looking for Bulic in the corner. He tussles with Fatkic and he's kept it in somehow. Fatkic eventually gets away, but he's given it away. Moya. That looks to be a bad foul by Vogel Sammer. Tempers flaring now. No, it was taken quickly. It just looked like everyone was rushing into a melee there. Vogel Sammer looks like he's going to get away from that foul without a yellow card. Yet to take. Delivery comes in, and at the far post, it was Stefan Moya again. He's been a little everywhere in the second half, Stefan Moya, since coming on, and better contact there. It's not easy with the ball dipping on the volley like that, but that could easily have been a goal-scoring chance. That's a great ball by Vogel Sammer. Korn wins the corner. Taken quickly by Hansa Rostock. Are they going to be the first to beat Duisburg this season? Another corner did come off Fleckstein last. Duisburg are yet to concede 3 goals this campaign. Mestre sat up invitingly for him. Here's that pass by Vogelshammer. What a pass that is. Absolutely perfect by Krohn. Or for Krohn, I should say. Berg. Fatkic and Schuster beaten in the middle there. And now it's going to drop to Semala. Semala across, missed, and has to be put behind there by Mestre. They don't look comfortable when they need to defend Hansa Rostock. That's two players who don't really deal with it. In comes the ball. Susek waits. I think there's an announcement being made here that laser pointers are not to be used. Saw a little bit of a green light on the face of Patrick Susek. He's on the ball now. Tees in the cross. It's curling and it's just palm clear by Uphoff. Can Duisburg come up with another goal? Yet. Headed back in by Simala. Away by Carstens. Coxon, it drops to Susek. Susek took a deflection of Krohn and held onto by Uphoff. That was awkward for the goalkeeper. So he does well. Mestre. Vogelshammer holds it up. Dietze. Still Dietze, Vogelshammer, but referee saw something wrong there. It looks like a throw-in's been given. There's going to be one last change for Duisburg. Tim Heike coming on for Christian Viet. Quiet evening for Christian Viet overall. 26-year-old unable to show the usual influence on Duisburg's play. Uphoff. Dietze stopped it creatively. Mestre. Vogelsammer has space. And he was caught there. That's a bad challenge by Susek. It's going to be a yellow card shown to him. Certainly contact. Harenbrock kills one in. Missed by everyone. Carstens. Fatkic, now Schuster. Uphoff. Tries to find the long diagonal. Fatkic again, Schuster. Good football. Mestre, heavy touch. Simala. This is where Duisburg can hurt Hansa Rostock in transition. Dietze though with a clearance. He's had a wonderful game. Harenbrock. Dietze. Berg's cross. Harenbrock again gets the better of his man. Dietze. Mestre. Pfanne. Vogelsammer. Four minutes added on. And it's Duisburg who seem to be struggling a little bit more than their opponents at the end of the game. Benno Dietze, who's absolutely run his socks off. The Hansa Rostock midfielder makes way. There's an introduction here to see out the match for Jonas Dirkner. Vogelsammer loses it. Suspicious throw there from Chan Koskun. Susek. Pfanne heads on. Heike. Cleared away by Pfanne. Vogelsammer. Krohn back into the path of Vogelsammer. There's numbers forwards here for Hansa Rostock. It's a good clearance though. Good tackle by Fleckstein. A little bit of afters as well between Fleckstein and Vogelsammer. Minute and a half remaining. A long throw from Carstens led to the equalising goal. Carstens. Dirkner just got a touch to it. Berg. Good tackle by Carstens. Pfanne. The collision there between Susek and Carstens didn't seem great, and Carstens has been shown a yellow card. The referee didn't give a free kick in real time, but he's had time to think about it. It's just one of those football accidents there. Seems like he's won the ball cleanly, Carstens. Cedric Harenbrock is going to make way. An accomplished performance for him, his 2 first goals of the season. And Emil Holten, the Dane, thrown on for what might be the last seconds of the match. Goes long, and it's harmless into the hands of Uphoff. Is there time for one last chance? There isn't. It's all over here at the Schauinsland Reisen Arena between Duisburg and Hansa Rostock. A much better game of football in the second half. But goals either side of half-time for both clubs means that the honours are shared here. Susek. And then Fleckstein for Duisburg before Harenbrock was able to get a brace and his first goals of the season. It means that Duisburg move to 24 points, 6 clear of Saarbrücken in second. Hansa Rostock remain in the bottom half of the table. It's finished here. Duisburg 2, Hansa Rostock 2.